Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 7. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. Last episode we built this fantastic enchanting setup, which lets us enchant all sorts of OP tools and gear. But in order to do enchanting, we need experience. And, we don't have like a mob farm or anything like that right now. So that's what I think I want to tackle today. Now there's a couple ways we could do this. We could do a manual farm, go to the end, create a pretty vanilla-esque ender and basically be good. Or we can take advantage of all that modded has to offer, which sounds just much better. So what we are going to do is basically put a whole bunch of mob spawners together, because in this pack, you can move mob spawners. There's a few ways to do it. You can use, I believe, a Silk Touch pick, but I actually don't have one. Or, easier, you can use cardboard boxes from Mechanism, and these are super easy to make. All you need is some sawdust, and if you go with this sawdust recipe right here, you can just throw a log into a pulverizer, and that will give you 8, and then that's enough to make 2 cardboard boxes. And the way these things work is you just basically right-click on a mob with them, and you can then, or not a mob spawner, I should say, and then you can basically just pick it up and take it with you. So if we pop into, for example, this, I thought maybe I went too far. If we pop down here into this roguelike dungeon, and we come over here, this is a spider spawner. I'm not interested in that. What I really want is a skeleton spawner. Although, you know what? It doesn't actually matter, and I'll show you why in a minute. So you just right-click the box, or right-click it with the box, and then you just break it, and that picks it up. We'll grab a few different spawners here, because roguelike dungeons, I think, are by far the easiest way to find just a whole bunch of spawners all at once. There's another one right over here. And there we go. I did go into the Nether and pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blaze spawners as well. So this is a total of 9 spawners. That's quite a few. Now, the other thing is that my sword has an enchantment on it called Capturing. You can see Capturing 6, and that means that mobs actually have a chance to drop their spawn egg. And that means that we can change these spawners to be whatever we want as long as we have the spawn egg. So this is a skeleton spawner. So if we break this and let some skellies spawn, it's a low percentage chance. It's not very high, but if you kill enough skeletons, you will almost certainly get a spawn egg at some point. And then you can basically change the spawner to be a skeleton spawner. And you can do the same for every other mob. Blazes, wither skeletons, endermen, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're going to take advantage of that. Let me get a few more spawners here. I probably do want a skeleton. I'm thinking we probably want like a couple of blazes, a couple of endermen, and a couple of skeletons is kind of what I'm thinking. All right, my friends, I have been digging out a new area for the mob farm, and I've got a couple of these elevator blocks. These are really easy to make, just wool and ender pearls, and you can quickly bounce up and down between floors, which is super useful. So our mob farm is going to go over here, but to be honest, I'm a little tired of digging, so we're just going to take advantage of the utility provided by the, I need an ender cell. There we go. Of the utility provided by the RF Tools Builder. This thing, you know, you use it as a quarry, but at the same time, like, it's important to remember that you can also just use it to save yourself time. So, like, if I want to dig out this room, I can just set it up and say, you know what, I want this room to be a bit bigger. Like so. Throw that guy in. Do I have a lever? I totally do. And boom, real quick job. Just take care of digging this out for me real fast. And we're good. Although it looks like I need to go up a block. But still, you get the idea. And then I can use this to dig out this big central area, which is where the mobs are actually going to end up as well. So, should be good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is what we've got. Now, obviously, these guys right here in the middle, this is where the spawners are all going to go, so this was just marking that out. But basically, I'm just using polished darkstone bricks, and then this is tinted ethereal glass. It's basically tinted glass, but players can walk through it, no problem. So it'll block all light in here. These glowstone, or these shroom lights are only here temporarily. Although right now I actually have a night vision potion that I'm using, so you guys can see. So I don't technically need these. But the plan is we're going to get a whole bunch of spawners. And we should probably do something with the ceiling in here. I don't know exactly what yet, but we'll do something to make it look a little nicer. I think that probably makes sense. I do want this place to actually, like, look aesthetically pleasing, in addition to being, you know, functional. So there is that. Let's just grab cobble and fill in these gaps here. There we go. What should we use for the ceiling? Something dark, probably. Or maybe something, maybe we go with crimsite? I mean, I could just stick with the dark stone. That's not necessarily the worst idea. Or we could go with something entirely different. You know what? Let's maybe go with smooth basalt. That might work. How's that look? Not awful. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go with the bricks. With these polished darkstone bricks. I think that makes a lot more sense. So let's just grab those. And we'll just do one of those. And infinity wand to make this simple. Oh no! It's fine. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so there is our chamber where all the mobs are going to go. Now, the thing is, they will fall. That's not a problem. But we need to make sure that they end up here in the center. So, we have a little bit of crafting to do. Let me just dump this stuff elsewhere and we'll deal with it. I'll deal with it later. So, first things first. We need to go to Mob Grinding Utilities is the name of the mod here. And first things first, we need to make a few of these fans. So let's just make some stone slabs. And then we can make a few of these. I will need, let's see, probably 3 per side. Ooh, but then the distance. Because I need to make sure... I mean, I suppose I could push them all into a corner instead, but that doesn't seem great. Is there a range upgrade? Distance. Here we go. Okay. So, first things first. Let's make... let's just make a few of these. Let's make... Okay, I need more stone slabs. Easy. There we go. And 2 more. Alright, so that would be 12. So then, let's just see. If I put this guy down right here, and we do this, it's not going to do anything by itself. I believe it needs... Oh, there goes my night vision potion. Oops, it's fine. I'm just going to put a glowstone here. Okay, so, let's grab a lever. This thing needs a redstone signal, and then it will work. And it looks like the range is approximately... I'm good here. It's what, 6? That's a little annoying, because I want to push everything to the center, and I don't want stuff to get stuck, like, on the edges. So I guess what we could do is just back it up. And we would have one of these every 3 blocks, essentially. Like this. And we would do that on all 4 sides. And then we just need to actually provide them with a redstone signal, which again will not be super difficult. Looks like that's going to be gravel, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. Yeah, it's all gravel on that side. Anyway, so we do this. And then we'll need to provide some upgrades to these things, because by default, they're not going to have enough range. So what we need to do is make some width modifiers. And these, again, okay, then you just use regular feathers. So we need 12. And thankfully, I have exactly enough feathers. So we can go 1 into each of these guys, and that should give them a range of 3. Or a width of 3, so they will each have their own little column of like 3 things. So that should work, and then they should work in tandem to push everything right here towards the center. Then we're going to need one of these guys. So to make this, I'm going to need a couple of iron swords, some diamonds, some iron blocks, all that kind of good stuff. But that is the thing that is actually going to kill the mobs. And the reason we're using this is because it counts as a player kill. So you get the drops and you get the experience as well. And that's the important part. So let me get everything kind of set up here, because this is going to be a lot of, I'm going to have to run redstone and all this other kind of stuff, and then I'll show you it before we put in the actual spawners. Okay, I think I've got the farm pretty much ready to put the spawners in, at least for starters. So here's what we have. We have a few of these illuminated red blocks from Simply Light, the inverted ones. And what these are basically redstone lamps, except instead of turning them on with a redstone signal, you turn them off with a redstone signal. So it's like a reverse redstone lamp, kind of. And we've got 12 of those all together. And then down here, we've got the fans. And these are all connected up to the same line. And the way we're doing this magic is with RF Tools utility redstone receivers, all linked to a single redstone transmitter right here. So when I flip this lever, you can see all the lamps turn off, and all the fans, you can see, are now spinning. So we can turn the whole farm off and on that way. Light, the light should be enough to prevent any spawns in here, so we can turn it on and off. So that's great. That will easily take care of what we need, and then I can just seal that all back up. Now here we have our mob masher, and I didn't really, you can do a ton of different upgrades and stuff, but really all I need is sharpness and looting, and that's going to be enough. So you can get 10 levels of each. I don't know if sharpness 10 is the equivalent of like sharpness 5, or if looting 10, 10 looting upgrades is the equivalent of looting 3 on a sword. I'm not sure. Either way, we have maxed those out. They can have a maximum of 10. And then right here, we have an absorption hopper, which is going to pick everything up for us. Now, the only thing I'm unsure about is if we need multiple pipes, or if I can just use this universal pipe. And it's kind of looking like I'm going to need multiples, because when you right-click on the hopper, you can see down item, down fluid, but there's not a down items and fluids. So I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to find out. Let's grab the pipes thingamadoodle here. And let's just do that. So now... Oh, and we also need some tanks. So we've got some options. We have the tank from RF Tools. We've got, like, there's so many different tanks and things available. The ultimate fluid tank from Mechanism holds 256 millibuckets, which is 256 buckets, basically. There's the black hole tanks from Industrial Foregoing. This is a lot of buckets. Let's just put it that way. Now, we would need to make a Supreme machine frame for netherite ingots. Does this void anything that's left over? That's the thing. I'm not actually sure. There's also the tank actually from Mob Grinding Utilities, the jumbo one. This thing holds 1,000 buckets. So we've got a few options here, and I don't actually know what the best one is. I am curious to know if these tanks you can connect. So let's actually just try that. Out of curiosity, if I go and make 8 of those, and then go 2 jumbo tanks. Will these things connect? It doesn't look like it. It looks like they are their own... Oh, wait. Did it just break? Oh, maybe the hopper picked it up. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so it looks like these do not connect to form one big tank. So my best bet then is probably going to be the black hole tanks that we were looking at before, because they just store a stupid amount of, of fluids. Supreme black hole tank, that is 200,000 buckets of liquid XP. That's a lot. That should be plenty. So I think we're going to go with that. That just seems like the best solution. Otherwise, I'm going to look through JEI a little bit more and see if maybe we got a better option. But this thing doesn't seem that difficult to make. We just need... Oh, I need 2 netherite ingots, though. Ugh. Do I have it? I did do some nether exploring. Yeah, I've got 4 netherite ingots and 2 netherite boots, which I can smelt down into 1 netherite ingot each, if absolutely necessary. So that would be doable. Okay, my friends, so I was looking into the tanks, and it turns out that the Supreme Black Hole tank, as cool as it is, it's just, I think it's a little bit overkill, and it's more trouble than it's worth, because we would need ether gas to make the machine frame, we would need pink slime to make the machine frame, and then, like, it's just, the ether gas is really the big thing, but... I think, honestly, the regular jumbo tank should work fine, especially if we combine it with fluid storage from refined storage and some clever use of ender tanks and all that kind of stuff. It should be fine. So what I have is I have run this into, temporarily, a modular storage unit. You guys may remember these from RF Tools. Stores up to 500 stacks of different items. And then the jumbo tank, just to see if we can run it all off of one single pipe or if I'm going to need 2. I might need 2 separate pipes, but that's okay. So I think the next step is really just to put in all the spawners and see what happens. So first of all, I mean, I don't actually know which spawners are which. So let's just... put them all in, like so. That is exactly 10. And then we'll just kind of go down the line here, like that. Okay. Now, I don't know if the blazes will fall. First of all, let's make sure nothing is actually spawning. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Blazes are unaffected by light level. If I turn on the farm... Okay, yeah, it's definitely working. We do have some stuff going on here that we're not okay with, though. So I think what we need to do temporarily is box up all of the blaze spawners and kill all the blazes. Okay, so a couple things we got to deal with, obviously. Did I miss a blaze spawner? No, I think I just missed a blaze. Okay, so this is all fine. Let's grab you. Oh, I missed a spider somewhere as well. There he is. Go away. Okay, so we need to change a couple of these. So let's go spawn eggs. We've got a few different spawn eggs that we're going to want to do stuff with. So first of all, Enderman. Let's put you back. Do this. Change this to an Enderman spawner. Change this to an Enderman spawner. So those will now spawn Enderman, which seems like a good plan. Then, next spawn egg, we don't want any spiders. So let's say creeper, skeleton, blaze. Let's just do a couple of skeletons. I wouldn't mind a creeper as well. So let's see. You become creeper. You become skeleton, and you become skeleton. Well, it looks like this stayed as a skeleton. And then we've got a ton of blaze spawners. Probably more than we actually want. But that's fine. What else do I have here? Spider, cow, blaze. Okay, yeah. We'll leave the blaze ones like this for now. But let's just take a peek down here. Okay, it looks like we are getting the XP, so we don't actually need to do anything here. Ooh. Except it's not sucking out this stuff. It's only sucking out the fluid. So it didn't actually... Yeah, we're going to need two separate pipes, I think. It looks like it's only working for the fluid stuff. Is that right? Or maybe it was just... Okay, no, we're good. It was just a blacklist problem. So we're okay. Okay, so this should work. So now what we need to do is just let this thing run for a little bit and see what items I pick up here so that I know what to filter out and what to send into a trash can. So I'm just going to kind of let this thing run for a bit, and we'll let it do its thing. And a bunch of the blazes got mad, but that's okay. We'll let them work their way down, and everything will just die and get killed. So it's all good. All right, my friends, I think I got it all figured out. So down below, what I have done is I'm sticking with this modular storage thing. Everything is going to pop in here first as far as items go. Then, if it is one of these items on this list, which are the items that I will pick up from this farm, it will get sent into our refined storage system via this ender chest. If it is anything else, it will go and be voided into this item trash can. So that is essentially the plan. As far as the fluids go, they're going to go into an ender tank here, which will then work its way to our fluid storage system via refined storage. So it'll go into this tank, which will then be imported into the system. Then I have on a separate ender tank, you'll notice this one has 3 lime green dye. This is an external storage with the priority set to 1. So it will be high priority. Actually, you know what? I think I'm actually going to change that to priority 2, just in case. And that links to an ender chest that is hiding back here, behind, like in the wall, and will ultimately fill up this jumbo tank, which has a tap on it. As this thing fills up, I can hit the tap and it will dispense experience. So that's essentially the plan. And then anything else, it'll fill up the system. I have a 4096K fluid storage disk. I'm assuming that means 4,000 buckets, but I don't know for sure. Otherwise, anything that's left over, I will ultimately void into a fluid trash can. So that's basically the setup. That's how it works. Now, the next thing we need to do is make it so these things can run when I'm farther than 16 blocks away, because that is obviously a downside to using vanilla mob spawners. But there is a workaround. We have from Pneumaticraft the spawner agitator, and if you hold down shift, you can see when placed on mob spawners, it will prevent the entity from despawning when we leave the area. Okay. More importantly, it will keep spawning when the player is not around. So this thing is amazing. This is made using compressed iron ingots and a gas tier. We actually have a lot of compressed iron ingots from just raiding chests. So I think we need 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we need 10 of these. So there we go. We will take those and we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go grab those and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then last but not least, I'm going to grab just a single crimsite block and pop it down right here. And then we just turn on the farm and let it do its thing. These blazes will despawn momentarily. Unfortunately, the magnet is picking up lots of stuff. So let's just turn that off for a minute so you can see this thing work. Blazes have already lost aggro because I am not reachable. They can't path to me. So we're good. This will now run, and it will dispense experience and do all the things we want it to do. I've also made sure that our refined storage network and all the storage drawers and stuff have ample space to support all the various items we're going to get. And you can see over here, this thing is starting to fill up with liquid XP. So everything is working as intended. Now, all I need to do is make this room not look hideous. And there we go. All finished, all decorated. Went with nether brick walls, and this is actually nether brick as well from the chipped mod. Scorchia pillar, which is scoria dyed black. Darkstone ceiling. And then the floor is flint blocks and polished cut tuff. And I really like the look of this place. It's got this kind of dark, ominous vibe. I don't need to light it up super well, but it's lit up enough that you can get around, and everything does seem to be working well. Now, one minor thing that I did have an issue with is apparently refined storage does not like it when you use an ender chest or an ender tank for as external storage. Like, it broke the whole system. I couldn't pull anything out of my refined storage system. It was a major pain, so I had to swap this out for an exporter instead of an external storage thing. But other than that, once I got that figured out, everything seems to be working very well. We are getting our experience. You can see this thing is actually pretty full already. And all you got to do is turn it on and it will just spit out experience for you. So works pretty well. And then I guess the other thing, I wonder if I can use an external storage drive on a trash can. Let's see if that works. I don't know if it will or not. It may break. But I want to make sure that the fluid storage drive does not back up. So I'm going to grab one bucket here. And then we're going to go with external storage, fluids, this, priority -1. and hopefully that will not break the system. It shouldn't, I don't think. But basically when this thing fills up all the way, which will only happen after this thing fills up all the way, anything that's left over should get sent into that that fluid trash can and just voided. So should work. But yeah, that is the system. It's all working well as far as I know, and it's going to help us a lot when it comes to anything we need experience for. And also, I will never have to go into the Nether and hunt for blaze rods again. As you can see, we're up to 10,000 of those already. Same goes for any sort of Enderman drop. So yeah, we're in good shape. Guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.